OpenBoard's a piece of software that started life as a pseudo-interactive whiteboard. So it would be something that you would project from your laptop up onto a whiteboard screen and sort of get some interactivity going with that. But it has also got a feature that allows you to create a screencast as well. Now, the software is supposed to be available from here. However, as of today, it's not downloading. It's coming from a source called GitHub. I've got a feeling there's something wrong with GitHub. I haven't been able to download it, but I've got an older version, so I'll share the link for the older version. A bit trickier to install. You simply have to unzip the file and then drag and drop that into your applications folder. But come and see me and I can help you with that. So once you have got the software installed, you open it up. And this is what it looks like. Now, not gonna lie, the actual interface is a little quirky and it does take a little while to get used to, but for the basics, you should be okay. So like a IPvo annotator, it's got a whole bunch of different drawing tools and annotation tools, you know, a little laser pointer if you want to point something out, and, you know, drawing lines and text and taking screenshots, I imagine. Yeah, so if you want to take a screenshot from this page, then paste it onto the next page, you can do that. All right. So over here, you build up, essentially, it's a little bit like PowerPoint in a sense. You build up a series of slides. So when you're ready to add a new slide, so that's duplicated over and over, which is kind of annoying. No, we can just go and click on it and delete them as we go. And we'll get rid of those. There we go. All right, so I've started building up my slides there. And then you've got all your sort of, you know, different tools for changing your pen and your pen color, all reasonably standard sort of stuff. What you can also do is you can embed other multimedia files into your presentation, and you can embed movies as well. Sorry, and animations, but you know, there's a you sort of drag your pictures in. There we go. Don't be scared, it's only a quokka. So you can sort of drag your pictures in, and then that allows you to, you know, sort of annotate the picture as required from there. Come on, let's go. But what's kind of cool, we'll go to a blank slide. What's kind of cool is in the interactive features, there's all these different interactive objects that are available. I'm not going to go through them all, that would take way too long. But, you know, so for example, if you want to sort of add in some interactivity this way, let's make it a bit smaller, there we go. Oops, there we go. You know, so you can sort of get that dice thing happening there, or what else have we got? You know, so you got calculators, I think. I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Math people might know. So there's a whole bunch of different interactivity things in here as well. There's a bit of a mixed bag as to what there is, but they're kind of cool. Then you got some application stuff here. So you got compasses, protractors, and a Google Maps plug-in thing as well. So you can include that as part of it, move the map around. So there's a whole bunch of open source different things that you can put in there to enhance your presentation. Oh, come on, there we go. And then obviously all your different shapes that you can sort of drop on there and change around as well. And so you can sort of move through your slides as well. What is cool though is if you happen to have a PowerPoint presentation that you've used previously and you've made some slight changes to it, and you want to use that, that's also possible. A little bit tricky. What you have to do is you need to, this is one of the quirky things, just left everything on the desktop there. All right, so I've got my PowerPoint presentation. It's just blank slides. But what you need to do is to actually do a save as and export that as a PDF. Now, if you've got any interactive features, like the bullet points appear one by one, or some other animation type stuff and transitions and stuff, obviously they're not going to come through. It's just going to be what's actually on the slide. So you export that to a PDF. We'll get rid of that, and we'll go back to OpenBoard. Up here under Documents, I can import, and there's my PDF. So we'll open that up. Yeah, do that. So we can import those, and then I can come back to the board, and there's my PowerPoint slides there. So in a teaching scenario, you would put this up onto your data projector and project it. The cool thing I think that OpenBoard does is that you can then, it's hidden away, but over here, there's this podcast. Okay, so that will create a recording of everything that you're doing within the podcast. So you sort of get your little thing there. I'll show you what it actually does. It doesn't actually record the entire everything that's on the screen. It actually sets itself and only does the content of what's essentially your whiteboard. So once I hit that record button, it's now recording everything that I'm doing to my slides, so I can be talking through them. I can move that out of the way. There we go. Going back here. Actually, no, we will, I want to, sort of highlight that word there. Let's try it. Incorrect. So I can sort of talk through and create my presentation, and then when I'm done, I hit the stop button, and that puts the podcast onto my desktop. So there we go. There it is there. All right, and you can rename it and so forth. I'll just quickly show you what that looks like when you play it back. Record button. Oops. It's now recording. There we go. I'll turn that off. But you can see that it's only recorded that whiteboard area. Right? It hasn't got all the other menus and so forth around the outside. And then you go through your process of checking the size of it, and look at that, that's tiny. And compressing it as required and uploading it to a place where your students can access it. That is the world's quickest introduction to OpenBoard. Obviously, it comes with all the other stuff, like you'll need to, it does auto saves, so you don't need to actually remember to save it. So, as I said, that's a really quick introduction to it. Most people that I've worked with previously have managed to get started with it fairly quickly. There are tutorials available on YouTube, and I've added the link to one playlist that will help with that. And so that's OpenBoard. Have fun.